That's my sporty bit fellow. He's on his way. Strong young lad, that D we call him, Damien Rafferty. He was a good footballer in his day, but he's now breeds canaries and shows them and goes walking. I see him down at close to the tennis court, not playing the tennis, but the bowls are starting to come in. He's a lovely white uniform and he's there playing the bowls. I'm only joking. No, he's not. He's still very actively involved. Paddy Duffy, you're welcome. How are you?
Good morning, Ron. Thank you.
It's good to see you. And you're welcome. And I've been seeing adverts up everywhere for the International Police and Fire Games. And I kind of half think I know what they're about. But then when I scratched myself, I said, I don't know what they're about. And I then contacted the wondrous Hilary Halliday, a good woman that she is, the beauteous and wondrous. And she said, Paddy Duffy will talk to you. So what are they, Paddy?
The World Police and Fire Games are a biannual games which take place, obviously, involving blue light services. Yes, World Police, Fire, prison officers, and as far as ambulance,
and they're all
they come together. I think there's 22 different sports. It's normally held in America, but Belfast made a bid for it for this year, and we're successful. And out of the Belfast bid, Uri Moran made application for a couple of events. We sought the triathlon, which I heard you talk about earlier, and we sought the mountain biking, because we knew we would
you'll get the mountain biking.
The new trails have just been opened, as you know. So the mountain biking will happen in August. The competition on the 3rd and 4th of August, and practice day Friday the 2nd of August.
For goodness sake. And these are top guys.
Well, I've seen the games, the first games we've had in May, which were organised by Glenn O'Brien, and I've seen a few injuries, and they were just brushed off, dusted down, and moved on to the next event.
It's the only way to be, isn't it? Once you're involved in these action sports, you've got to be able to dust off and go on.
It's reality sport as far as I can see.
It's reality. They whack along. How's the trail going at the moment?
The trails are finished, and
they're open.
They're open. The official opening has yet to be done. The tapes to be cut, but the trails are open. They're being used very well. They've been used that well that the council had to make a move on car parking facilities at Cumbrony, and the first sod was cut on that yesterday. So the car parking, all the logistics will be in place for the fire games at the end of the month.
Is it still, when the games come, will it bring some kind of economic benefit to the area?
Well, what we feel about that is a lot of these, there's people come from America, Australia, all the countries of the world with obviously blue lights, but they make it a holiday and they bring their families. And when they come to Belfast, they'll spread their wings. And there's a lot of genealogy done with regards roots from Ireland, and a lot of people will go back to where they were from. And we hope a lot of people come into the Mourne, stay in Uri, stay in Rosslever, stay in Warren Point, and all the bed and breakfast hotels, restaurants are all geared up for them coming.
But you and I both saw the day when you had hardly got a cup of tea around this part of the world 40 years ago. But look at the way it's developed.
It's fabulous.
Well, Warren Point certainly is a restaurant destination. People are coming there for the food. From the northern end of the Newry end of it at the golf club all the way through to Rosslever, you've got wonderful restaurants and wonderful eateries,
Right. The former Jack Ryan's, I believe, is nearly ready as a hostelry, but he also is
that the one in the corner? Is that over the way?
Yes. Timmy Cunningham, I think, is taking it over. And he has accommodation, he has bike storage. So that's the modern thing now, catered for the cyclists, their bed and breakfast and a storage for their bikes, place for a hot shower, and that's all they want.
Because, when they come off the mountain, there is nowhere for them, so it's nice to come back to the hotel, be able to keep the bike safe, and it all works.
We've fallen lucky, Ron, in that the games happens bang in the middle of two festivals, the Fiddler's Green Festival and then the Maiden and Warren Festival. Plus, we have sent notification of all our accommodation venues, our events program for the 2 months, July and August. So there's good take-up and a lot of interest, particularly for the accommodation.
Newry and Mourne's vibrant at the moment, isn't it?
Well, it would seem so, because Kilbrony Park, I was working as a voluntary steward on Sunday at the triathlon, and the cars in and out of Kilbrony Park was unbelievable. But amazingly, the mountain bikers in early morning, going out to the trails with their packed lunch and coming out that evening.
Wow, so it's the sort of thing we dreamed about.
Well,
for
I've never
years.
envisaged it.
Yeah,
You know.
it's just great to see it happening, indeed.
So we're expecting in the region of maybe 500 competitors. That's the police games and the open invitation event as well.
Okay.
And there's downhill and there's cross country. So it's unfortunately to do the games we had to forgo camping that weekend.
Yeah.
But people are understanding of that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're putting the final touches to the setup. So
I would. My observation is that at some stage you're now extending the car park. The next thing you'll have to do is extend the camping area.
Well, that'll be looked at, I'm sure, but the way they've extended the car park, Rowan, they've kept it environmentally friendly. It's not going to be a concrete car park or a tarmac car park. It's going to be done with sand-based, where the park will still look as beautiful as it is. We don't want to take away from that.
Yeah, it's I love the whole business of going up onto Slieve Martin, up under the mast, and then continuing over the hip of the mountain, and then down the scree slope to the road at the other side through the forest again. But tell me about walkers there. What's the interface with walkers like at the moment?
There are trails, Rowan, and there's a guide map. So there's different colours of trails, so that the walkers are told
they know where
they
go.
can walk safely. The bikers are told where they can cycle safely.
It's working.
And I suppose initially there might have been some scares where people didn't know about these maps.
Yeah.
But we have a warden either side of the between. It's quite a long trail now.
Yeah.
So we have a warden, and he's about keeps people right. And
well, that always.
Well, there's been no tragedies on it yet.
No, not a bit. The great tragedy would be, I always found, it made it, before it opened, it was very easy to use the bike trail as you rig your way up. I would like to think that it's as easy to walk it on the walking trail and get to the summit and keep on going.
Well, there's a good uplift there. Ian Cummins' company, East Coast Adventure, they have the uplift.
What is the uplift?
Bike. The uplift is where a biker who wants to just concentrate on doing the downhill is a facility where you put your bike in the back of a trailer, and a minibus will take you up to the downhill start and just come straight down.
Wow. Ian's on holidays at the moment, as is his brother Mark. When they come back, we'll be talking to them about that.
Well, they're running a good show there, and they, before the games they have a day set aside for introducing you to a bike, how to maintain a bike, how to ride a bike safely, what sort of ways to look after a bike, and how to maintain a bike.
Hey, it's the future for us, isn't it? It is the future for us.
Yeah.
Continues in a very important corner of your heart.
Absolutely.
And you're in the paper today with the need for a new bus.
Well, 40 years this year, Rowan, and
for goodness sake.
Sadly, it's still one of the biggest clubs in the UK. I always say that.
Yeah.
But it's one of the better gateway clubs. And I got talking to Hugh Morgan, who had a sister was at the Gateway Club at the outset, Bridget.
Yeah.
And sadly, Bridget died 30 years ago. So the Morgan family always held Gateway very close. And I don't know if you've seen Hugh lately, but he's a very fit man at the moment. He's taken to the roads doing half marathons and 10k runs. So I met him, and he invited me to meet him, and I told him what we were about. So after a half an hour's conversation and reminiscing, he made the statement, I'll find you £40,000 between now and November under the auspices of Team Morgan. So he has made the commitment, and I know he's very keen to do it. He will do it.
Yeah, you have your bus.
We'll have our bus.
You have your bus, I remember,
Not often you get that sort of an offer.
Oh, no. I describe my children in India, they're called the Smiling Angels of the Don Gwenellans. They're a Catholic organisation that work with children of very, very special needs. And when I went out there 5 years ago now, the head of the order said, oh, look, Rowan, our bus, there it is. And this was November. I said, don't worry, I'll get you a bus for Christmas. I had no idea, like you, no idea how I was going to get it. And I made the mention of it on a radio programme, and bing, we got them their bus for December. Our bus was less, it was only 15,000, it was a smaller bus. But and we bought it out there, a Mahindra vehicle. It was very, very good indeed. So Gateway goes strongly, yeah?
Gateway goes strongly, and remarkably, there's a function on now in November in and around the actual 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
There's at least 40 people who were there at the start will be at that function.
And would they be some of the clients as well?
Clients.
All clients, yeah.
Gateway never used the word clients.
Yeah.
They're a member.
Yeah. Yeah.
The word
Yeah.
client is very.
Clients is new. It's it's not a word that I have made up.
I know
It's a word that sits not well with me.
It sits with social services.
Yeah, I've heard them talk about clients all the time.
We refer to them as members.
I think that's the better way. And what happens? And it's exactly the same in Chennai, in India. The bus goes out in the morning from the centre, goes out, tours around, picks the children up. They come in, they do their day's activity, enjoy themselves, and then at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they're taken back home again. I describe it as gateway under the sun.
Exactly, and we can say very quickly, Rowan, like Gateway's 40 years old. You're talking about sport, and you've Paddy Murphy coming on next. Gateway, since 1973, has brought all these members forward and introduced them to social skills and indeed sport. And we have world champions in Gateway in sport, which is something that was never envisaged 40 years ago.
Well, what we should do here, and we'll do it soon, you'll select 2 or 3 people of your members, plus yourselves, yourself, somebody else, to come in, and we'll dedicate an entire programme to Gateway.
I think it would be fabulous, because I think the true real story of Gateway should be told, and how the few people have sustained it, yet the net result of advantage to other members in their attainments. They're working in shops, they're working in different places, they've taken to sport, and their social means are
all good.
They are just
well, we will talk about this thing, and an entire programme is there for you. All you have to do is bring the people.
And we will bring you people who have attained, but people who are characters in their own right.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'll not be sitting in this seat, because I'll not be presenting that programme. I'm having your Gateway person sitting here presenting the programme on that day. That's what we're going to do.
Well, I appreciate that.
Not at all. We're honoured to have that, for goodness sake. Sean, we're ready for a bit of music, are we? Paddy, go well. God bless you, and good luck with the games.
Thank you very much.
That's good.